Hey, folks, all my crypto kitties out there. This is just a real quick chart on the on Ripple because it did break out. Actually, since we last talked, it broke out like twice. But if you remember the last time, we had drawn Fibonacci. We had drawn Fibonacci lines, and to actually kind of predict where the retracement was going to be. And it actually did retrace and hit a couple of retracement lines, as you can see. And it did so I actually drew a couple of channels in a previous chart. I don't have that chart up. I might show it later if you guys actually want to see what the previous chart actually looked like. But I had drawn these two trend lines, trend lines as a channel. Because the movements were so volatile, it needed a channel rather than a trend line. In fact, it never did come back. It never did come back to the trend line. Grab a pen. It never did come back to this trend line. Right there. In fact, what it actually did was continue upward. Actually, what we got was a very steep trend line right there. And I had thought that it would actually even out, come back down, and it didn't. It actually kept going. In fact, I was hoping that it would give us a buying opportunity by coming off the top trend line and actually coming back down into the channel, which actually would be have been a good sell, because you see the first time it broke out of the trend line right there. What did I say? We actually have it actually broke the first time it broke out of the channel right there. It actually came back into the channel, and it actually did come down and actually did find support in the median, which is normally next time I might put a fork on here, because it actually came down to the fork, bounced off, came back up, and instead of getting back into the channel, we had a breakout. So now what we have is right here is just new territory. It's all-time highs in the new territory. So now we have to see if it's going to find support, because I think it got up to almost $3. I think it got up to almost $3. But it is, like I said, the Ripple is very volatile, because it's, like I said, we had all this built up demand down here for a very long time. And now that what we have now is the pent up demand and pent up buying opportunities. You can see the volume down here. It's really, really high. And every time we get a decent amount of volume, it pushes the price up even higher. There's very little selling going on right now. And since it's broken out of the Fibonacci channel, and it doesn't look like it's going to come back down to it, because it's normally this up in here in the red, it would be overbought. Way up here in this red, actually it's actually overbought. And it didn't come back down to where we were going to actually buy it, because this is red, which is hot or no go. Green, blue. This is actually, blue is the safest if it actually comes back down to here. The blue is actually the best buying opportunity. Like these 1, 2, 3. I was looking at a lady doing Fibonacci's. These are actually the decision points. And normally when it gets up into the red right here, that is a good sign to sell. But if it breaks out, then we have a new pattern. And right now we have a new pattern. I had said I thought that Ripple would be close to, I had said at the outside, Ripple may be in close to $10 by March because of all the pent up demand. But if it isn't, then there should be buying opportunities. But right now, it's like catching a bullet. Everything's going straight up. And there's not enough sellers right now. You can see because the only buying opportunity we had right here was the red bar going down, and it didn't go down that far. But I think it went down because you had a lot of people that oversold, that overbought temporarily, came back down into the channel, and came back down to the buying opportunity, which is right here in the green. People bought it back up. So it is red hot, red hot, red hot. If you're not already in, this is really not a good market to invest in because the swings are so wild, and it's very difficult to tell where the price is actually going to land because there's not much stability. So this is really, really lunch money only. Really lunch money only. This is not. If you didn't get in down here, we didn't get in here down here before the breakout, or right in here where the flags are, I would say let this go right now. Let this go right now. For the folks that are in, keep riding. Don't sell, don't sell into the pressure, at least not yet. I think it's got quite a bit ways to go because it hasn't even started to cool off yet. We haven't even had our blow off. The folks that got in early, we can take a blow off. I know I can take a blow off because it's at $3. If you got in below $1, like most of us did, got in below $1, you can take a blow off or two. It's not going to hurt you very much. But in the meantime, for those that are looking at it, I would say wait for a buying opportunity. Right now is not a good buying opportunity. You might have to pay a little bit more, get a little less. But as they say, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. I have to keep reminding myself like that of myself because I should have bought more. Because I didn't think it was going to come to life quite this quickly or this hard. I thought it was going to build up some momentum, but once it was let go, it was like a coiled spring and took right off. So those that got in and got a lot of it, kudos. If you got enough of it, then you're headed to probably being a millionaire within the next couple of years, more than likely, if you got enough of it. But like I said, with cryptos and these kind of volatile instruments, it's really hard to tell because either the guys that went in heavy, either you're going to be very, very broke and crying, or not. I wouldn't say broke. What I'm saying is either you're going to be disappointed or you're going to be very, very rich. One of the two. I hope the latter. With my guys that actually got in on Ripple early, that have a nice little chunk. You could be looking at some who knows? You could be looking at some retirement money. Like I said, I'm hoping that Ripple is $100 by, I would say, Ripple might be $100 hopefully by either the end of this year or maybe the mid part of next year. If it keeps its present course and rate. If it catches up with something like Ethereum, I think the model is a little different, so I don't think it's going to blast off quite as big as Ethereum did. But if you get into if you get into the mid 500s, like Ethereum is that, a lot of us is going to go bye-bye. Not me, but yeah, who knows? Even me, even though I don't have quite enough of it. If you're in a good platform and and you can day trade. The gaps are wide enough. The gaps are wide. The gaps are actually wide enough to where you actually could trade it. Trade it on a day trade basis if you can get the fees down low enough. But I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. It's an interesting chart. I might show you the one previous to it, and maybe I should have to see how it was all set up. But it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing is difference is what I anticipated, because I anticipated it to stay in the channel and come back down right down to the green section of the Fibonacci chart. But it stayed in the red zone and actually blasted through it, which is highly, I can tell you, that's highly unusual. It's highly unusual to get 3 straight blow-offs like this. Those, you know, these long bars like that, man, are normally blow-offs. Either they're blow-offs or they come back down and stabilize. Normally you see a long bar like that, they're overbought. So there's a hell of a lot of demand out here for this instrument right now. But with that, I hope you guys got something out of this. It's something real quick for my my crypto kitties. I think from now on, this might be either the last or one of the few crypto charts I'm actually going to put up on this channel. I think I'm actually going to start putting them up on BGS Reborn to keep the folks that don't like, you know, or don't trust cryptocurrencies, or not interested in it, because everybody's not interested in it. Keep it off the main channel so we don't get a lot of how to call radio interference every time we talk about cryptocurrencies and that kind of stuff. Because you had a whole lot of guys that are gold bugs or non-believers or non-traders, and the comments are like unwarranted. Because when I put a cryptocurrency in there, if you're not interested in, why comment on it? But you got people that do. And there's not really a whole lot of you guys that are out there on the channel that actually are interested in. Some start putting it on the Reborn channel, along with my long form stuff. So in the future, subscribe to the Reborn channel if you want to see charts and stuff like that. I might put them up more than, like, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, rather than like once every 2 weeks like I'm doing now. But with that, I'm going to bounce out of here. This is BGS out for my crypto kitties, and I'll see you guys on the next one.